Hey, so we got my buddy Luke's truck in here. I would imagine Luke will be watching all these videos. We are doing a bunch of work to Luke's truck. It's an S10. When we let it down, we got the tranny being held up by the tranny jack at the moment. I'll do a little bit of a quick rundown. I don't know exactly everything's been done, but most of what it is. So what I'm working on right now is this yoke is the yoke that he brought. It's a 1410. We need a 1350. So I got a 1350, all fine and dandy. Problem is now it's this much too long. This is the only one I could get in a short period of time, and we need to have this thing together like yesterday. So I'm going to cut this one down in the lathe, and I'll show you doing that. And then we'll put it on the drive shaft, fit the drive shaft in the truck, and do all the other things we need to do. So we're going to go do that. Yoke cut down, didn't put any marks in it, so that's cool. All I gotta do now is I just gotta touch the inside of the splines with a file, just because they kind of roll over a little bit when you machine it. So I'm just gonna touch that with a file quick, and then we'll go test fit it on the transmission, make sure it works on the transmission, then we'll go install it. All right guys, so the yoke goes in and out after I just had to, like I said, you have to give that a little bit of a file. Everything fits. I did actually have to, which I didn't film, I had to hone this bushing because this would not fit in there, which is not uncommon for guys. If they build a tranny, they pound the bushing in there. If they don't try a yoke, sometimes they don't fit. So sorry for all the noise. We got parts washer running because we still have other things we need to do other than the race truck things. I'm gonna put this on, well, it doesn't matter which end I put it on, they're both the same, but we're gonna put this on and then we can put it in the truck, make sure everything's kosher as far as that goes. And then I'm probably gonna have it balanced because Luke had this built, but I noticed that there's no balancing. There's no balancing done on this thing. So that means it's not balanced. So I think we're gonna want it balanced. So anyways, well, let's put this thing together. We got the cross member fixed. It used to go way over here. But the reason I did that was because the exhaust needs to come down through here. Don't mind the big hole. The exhaust has to come down through here. So that should work for that. I like that much better. We got, like I said, we got the drive shaft in. I haven't even put the bolts or the U-bolts on the rear yet. Just because I don't like taking them on and off just in case we have to take it off. Hopefully it's good. Converter is in, bolts are in. We do still need to do the transpan, but I'm waiting to do that until we know we don't have to pull it down. I don't want to scratch that. We need to do a bolt check on the whole thing because everything, all the front end bolts and all that stuff are still loose. We need to do that. For you guys that are wondering, I'll give you a rundown of down here. For you guys that are interested in S10 stuff. It's got split mono leafs from, I want to say Carly, and I know that's wrong. Caltrac or Calvert, that's it, Calvert Racing is where they came from. Viking shocks, double adjustable, for 9-inch with, I want to say it's 31 spline axles, I believe. It's got a disc brake setup on it, and then it has arson bars on it for multiple adjustment points. These are actually the same brand of bars that I'm going to put in both of my trucks, I think. Anyway, I've been talking to them, but I'm not going to do it until the winter time. Cooler's back here. We'll talk more about this stuff because we have to plumb all this stuff. Front end side of things, it's got a big brake disc setup on the front. Tubular control arms, upper, long travel, ball joints. What else they got? Built tranny. It's a 4L80E. Can't really see much else from down here. The BSI wastegate. Don't forget, BSI, if you use CUTTERUP, all caps, get 5% off. It is a 1985 S10. The interior is not much to look at yet, but we're literally just trying to make the truck run and drive here so we can go to miles of mayhem with it. So here is the engine bay. Obviously we took the hood off so it was easier to work on, but it is a 6-liter LS iron block, obviously aluminum heads because they are aluminum heads. BTR intake, valve covers, valve springs, camshaft, all from Brian Tooley Racing. It's got a water to air intercooler. It has a True North turbo. I believe it's an S485, I believe. It's got a bunch of whizzy things on it. A bunch of stuff we need to fix, a bunch of stuff we need to finish. I shouldn't say fix, a bunch of stuff we have to finish. We still have to do a bunch of wiring. We have to do a bunch of plumbing still. There's a bunch of plumbing that has come from front to back on the truck. There's no tranny lines on it. This thing has not fired yet. So this thing hasn't fired yet, hasn't moved yet with this engine combination in it. And in like, I think it's under 20 days, I think. If I remember right, I think it's under 20 days, around 20 days. This thing is going on an 1,800 kilometer drag racing. Basically, like, it's called Miles of Mayhem in Canada, but it's kind of like drag week kind of idea for you guys that aren't in Canada, but it's basically like drag week. So he brought the truck to me. I told him I'd help him out, get it finished up for him. I don't usually work on stuff for people anymore, but I'm trying to help him out, get this thing finished up for him. So we got a bunch of stuff. We have to do some spacing. I'll show you guys a tool that I bought. I've only ever used it once, but a tool for aligning your belts. It's pretty fancy. When we get that point, we're gonna do, that's part of the list. That's like about 20% of the list, I would say. We already fixed some stuff, obviously. And we got a few other things to do, but this is what we're working on this week. Well, today being Thursday. So probably Thursday. We worked on some part of the day Thursday. I'm gonna work. I got some stuff I have to do tomorrow, shop stuff. So we're gonna be doing that. I gotta finish that tomorrow. Then we'll be working on this. Then Saturday, I'll be working on this. I would really like to do some stuff to this, but this thing is not super pressing. I would like to get it done, but it's not super pressing. I probably will spend a couple hours on Saturday and do a video, probably finish up the wiring harnesses, get one of the wiring harnesses in, some of that stuff. I was hoping to get the windshield in this week, but the guys can't do it until Tuesday of next week coming. So anyways, that's what we got going on in the shop. Hopefully you guys want to watch this stuff, and there'll be more to come on this thing. First fire up, probably first move around. We got to fix the brake lines on it. We have to finish the brake lines on it. We got to mount a bunch of wiring, there's a bunch of stuff to do. So stay tuned. I'm going to probably, a lot of stuff I'll time lapse. If there's anything you guys really want to see, or you want me to show you something on the truck, by all means, just let me know out in the comments, and we'll go from there. Remember, it's not rocket science.